"I will defend her." A janitor single dad saved a billionaire after her lawyer abandoned her. The courtroom fell silent when everyone expected the billionaire to lose. Her own expensive lawyer had walked away. Reporters were already preparing headlines about her downfall, and tears rolled down her face as she sat alone, abandoned by everyone she had trusted. But then, from the back of the courtroom, a simple janitor and single father stepped forward and said he would stand beside her no matter what. Nobody knew that this unexpected moment would change both of their lives forever. Before we begin, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of standing by someone when the world turns away, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Enlightened Story. Your support helps us bring more emotional stories that inspire millions around the world. Nathan Cole had spent most of his life cleaning floors and emptying trash bins inside the same courthouse where powerful people fought their legal battles. At 42 years old, he was raising his 10-year-old daughter Sophie alone after losing his wife to cancer. Years earlier, life had never been easy. Every morning before sunrise, Nathan would prepare breakfast for Sophie, take her to school, and then spend long hours cleaning offices and hallways. Despite working 2 jobs, bills piled up endlessly. Sometimes he skipped meals just to make sure Sophie had everything she needed. Yet, through every hardship, Nathan never lost his gentle heart. He believed that even the smallest act of kindness could change someone's life. On the other side of the city, billionaire businesswoman Catherine Bellamy seemed to have everything. Her company was worth billions. Magazines praised her success, and politicians wanted her support. But behind the glamorous headlines, enemies were waiting for her downfall. A former business partner accused her of crimes she had never committed. The accusations spread like wildfire. Investors abandoned her. Friends stopped answering her calls. Even family members distanced themselves. The most painful betrayal came when her own lawyer suddenly withdrew from the case, fearing damage to his reputation. In a single week, Catherine lost almost everyone she trusted. Nathan had seen Catherine many times while cleaning the courthouse. Unlike others, she always greeted him with respect and occasionally asked about Sophie. Years earlier, when Sophie had fallen seriously ill and Nathan struggled to pay medical expenses, Catherine quietly paid the hospital bill without asking for recognition. Nathan never forgot that kindness. To her, it had been a small gesture. To him, it had saved his daughter's life. On the day of the hearing, cameras flashed everywhere. Reporters expected another public humiliation. Catherine sat trembling, unable to stop crying. Her lawyer had disappeared just hours before the trial. People whispered that she deserved what was happening. Some even smiled at her misery. Nathan stood in the hallway with his cleaning cart and watched her break down. Something inside him refused to let her suffer alone. He remembered the woman who had once saved Sophie. Without thinking about consequences, he walked into the courtroom and announced that he would help in any way possible. The room exploded with laughter. Journalists mocked him. Wealthy spectators shook their heads. What could a janitor possibly do? But Nathan knew something no one else knew. For years, while cleaning offices late at night, he had overheard conversations and noticed suspicious documents carelessly left behind. He had seen evidence that suggested Catherine had been framed. Though he had no legal training, he possessed information others overlooked. Determined to do what was right, Nathan spent sleepless nights gathering records, security footage, and details he had remembered over the years. He sacrificed hours with Sophie and exhausted himself after work, but he refused to quit. Slowly, the truth began to surface. Investigators discovered that Catherine's former business partner had manipulated financial records and bribed employees to create false accusations. The shocking revelations changed everything. Headlines that once attacked Catherine now exposed the conspiracy against her. One by one, the people who abandoned her tried returning to her life, but the pain of betrayal remained deep. Through it all, the only person who never left her side was Nathan. When the court officially declared Catherine innocent, tears filled her eyes once again, but this time they were tears of gratitude. She hugged Nathan in front of everyone. Reporters who once laughed now applauded. The janitor nobody respected had become the hero nobody expected. But Nathan never asked for money or fame. He simply smiled and returned to work, believing he had only repaid a kindness that had once saved his daughter. What happened next surprised the entire nation. Catherine refused to forget what Nathan had done. She established a foundation in honor of his late wife and created scholarships for single parents struggling to raise children alone. She offered Nathan a leadership position in her company, ensuring he and Sophie would never face poverty again. Yet Nathan remained humble, teaching Sophie that true wealth wasn't measured in money, but in compassion. Years later, people still remembered the incredible story of the janitor who defended a billionaire when everyone else walked away. Their friendship became proof that kindness always returns, sometimes in ways nobody expects. And whenever Sophie was asked what made her father special, she would simply say that he never abandoned people who needed him. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that kindness still exists in this world, please like, share, and comment below. Your support helps Enlightened Story continue spreading emotional stories that inspire hope. Before you go, leave a comment and tell us which moment touched your heart the most. And one more question for our beautiful viewers around the world. What country are you watching our story from? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Enlightened Story for more unforgettable stories.